about 38 or 40 feet a second, which put us essentially on a free return path back to the Earth. This loops around the moon. We're still not sure of exactly what altitude we'll go by the moon. We targeted for about 137, and it'll probably be higher than that, although that's still being tracked and worked upon, and I'm sure you'll hear that number in the course of the day. With this decision, we had to go through the checklist to prepare the lunar module for the burn, and we did it not quite as formally, but perhaps as completely as they do at the Cape when they're preparing a vehicle for launch. Fred went through each page, we went down each page, had everybody in the control center agree that we either had to do what was on the page or could delete some of the items. We were interested in deleting what we could, of course, because some of the things use power, and in the situation we were in, it seemed prudent in a number of cases not to use that power for that particular function. We did the burn. The numbers are all available up here, and the burn went fine. The guidance system performed just fine, and the tracking, the Doppler tracking after the burn has all confirmed that the burn was nominal as we had planned, which is another good indicator that the platform or the reference in the lunar module is in good shape. I'll review the consumables at the end of this. Let me tell you what is coming up. At the present time, we're in what you might call a modified passive thermal control mode, where usually on the way to the moon, we're rolling the vehicle, and it's standing up. If you look from the Earth to the moon, it's standing up and it's rolling to get a equal temperature distribution from the sun. In this case, what we're doing, since we don't have a good control mode to do that from the lunar module, we're just cycling the vehicle about every hour through 90 degrees so as to equally heat and cool both vehicles, both the command module and the lunar module. That's going very well, and it takes not too much attention on the pilot's part, and we can look at that data on the ground and be sure as we go along that the attitude control system's doing the job. We have had some poorer than usual comm in the last few hours. That's because we've taken a power amplifier, which is essentially just a booster for the comm, and taken it offline, and we've got comm equivalent to what we used to have over some of the ships in the Mercury program. It's saving us 2.5 amps, and at the present time people are being as stingy as possible. At 79 plus 30, although there's still discussion about doing a little bit early. We have considered and are still considering what the possibilities are for dropping the service module, which is a large amount of weight, in order to accomplish a faster return to Earth with the lunar module engine. There are a number of considerations involved in this, not the least of which is the new thermal environment which the command module heat shield would be exposed to. Of course, it has never flown in space like this. It would have never flown in space like this without the service module on, and there is some concern about what would happen to it if we did not have the service module on there. I say again, the reason for considering dumping the service module is that you can speed up the return and perhaps, and this is really a perhaps, land a day early, but you would end up using just about most of the dip's fuel, and you would be probably have a little bit less than we would comfortably like to have. I say that this discussion is still going on. These kind of options are still being entertained, and sometime in the next few hours I expect that we'll decide exactly how we want to do the upcoming burn, and you'll probably hear it on the air to ground at the same time I do. We will probably do something else on the way back after the burn. We'll probably turn down the guidance system on board the lunar module, since it is a fair user of power, and it also has to be cooled, which causes it to use water higher than if we were able to turn it off. The water usage is higher with the guidance system on. We will probably also consider going to a duty cycle on the communication system in order to again save power in the lunar module, and probably at some point power up the comm on some schedule as opposed to having it up all the time.